And welcome back. In this video, we are going to continue working on our web page, and we're going to explore a little bit styling with some CSS. So to get started, it's important to note that the syntax for CSS has your property : value. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So you can tell right now I have your general H1 and a couple paragraph texts. So the first piece of CSS I'm going to put in is what is called inline styles. What an inline style is means it applies to just that tag. So rather than applying to all of the paragraph tags in this document, this is going to apply to just this particular one that I've highlighted. So I'm going to hit the space within that key, within the tag itself, so the outer bracket is there. I'm going to type in the word style, and that gives me equals, and then the double parentheses, and then I'm just going to give it a color of red. And then I'm going to put a semicolon after that. That allows me to write more CSS if I would like to. But there we see we have the property : value. That is what's called an inline style. So now let's look at what would be considered an in-document style. So up in my head tag, a reminder that the head tag is everything that reads but does not display, I'm going to create a new style tag. Now this in-document style tag is going to contain my CSS for everything on this particular page. So everything in this document itself can be in this in-document style sheet. So now I can call out the paragraph tag, which is just P, and then I'm going to do the little curly braces to open that up, and then I'm going to write color, then we have the colon, and red. And I'm going to put a semicolon there that ends that declaration so I can put more next to it, and you see that that colored that red. Now if I eliminate this inline one, you'll see that that's still red, because this applies to every single paragraph tag within the document. So if I create a new paragraph tag, this has the color red, because I've already defined that, so everything in this document will have the color red. So let's add another thing into that just so you can see the difference and how you would add multiple lines of CSS. So I called out the paragraph. I'm going to say, let's do font weight 400. It's actually too bold. There we go. We'll bold that so you can see it a little better on here. So now I've bolded all of my paragraph tags. So now I'm going to create an external CSS document that will be linked into this particular document. So to do that, I have not made anything in my CSS folder yet. You see that that's empty. I'm going to go ahead and come up to File, New File. That's going to give me Untitled 2, and I'm just going to call it style.css. It's important to have that .css file extension so that it's read as a CSS file. And you see that created it. I'm going to move it into my CSS folder, and now that's in there. And I see this empty document here. So now that I've made that, I need to link it back into my document, my HTML document. So up in my head tag, I'm going to go ahead and put in my link to my CSS document. So I'm going to create my link tag, and then the relationship is going to be a style sheet. So it's rel equals style sheet, and then I need to do the href, which creates the link. And then I need to point it to my CSS folder and then style.css. So, and then ending that tag. Now I've linked it to style.css, so you see I've created a link. It is a style sheet, and then the actual link goes to the CSS folder / the name of my document, style.css. So now that I have that linked, I can jump into this document and I can begin writing some CSS. So I'm going to call the H1 element that we have, that is I'm a header, curly braces, open that up, and in there I can type in color, and I'll pick aqua, which is lovely, semicolon, and you see how that automatically is applied to that. The reason you always want to use an external style sheet like this is that if you're creating a website, you can link every single page to just this style sheet, and all those styles will be inherited across your entire website. So that saves you a lot of time, as opposed to when you do an inline, such as this. I'll put one back in. Style, let's do a color, and let's make it blue. Inline applies to only that tag. In document can apply to everything within that document. So, and then having an external linked one can apply to multiple documents that it is linked to. So that is the difference between the different CSS document types: inline, in document, and external document. So that's the basics on CSS. We will continue more down with styling in future videos. Thank you for watching.